against the Clippers. Golden State 9-5 in games Klay Thompson and his headband have played. Season best 33 in his last game. Steph Curry wisely does not run into the stanchion. He came out smoking hot from the wing, hits the three. I mean, sometimes when you just know, you know. Fires it up there and he takes off. He's at half court when that thing goes through. Easy. Give me another one. Curry, nice work. Step back, all right, hits that one as well. I mean, the Clippers are staying close. Stay close till he might miss one. You got a shot. Curry, just good throughout the first 24 minutes. Gives you 26 points, 6 of 7 from 3. The Warriors, however, down a bucket at half. In the third, Clippers by 6. Reggie Jackson, not that one, the other one. Although all Reggies look good in pinstripes. Jackson, good finish there. Terrence Mann, corner, miss. Where's Zubats? I like to call him Z or Zoobs. He's got all your nicknames. It's not fair. Clippers up 75-63. Mann pulls up, and the foul. He had 21 through 3. LA up 94-78. This is a beatdown there in LA. Robert Covington, Bobby sticks a three-pointer, 103-84. And then Mann, leading scorer, 25 points. Clips had 6 in double figures. Covington had 11 of those. Clippers going to win this thing really easily, surprisingly easily, 119-104.
Are you more confident in the Warriors or the Suns out west?
Whew, Molly, this a hard one. You know what? You can't go wrong with either one. I think this is going to be the Western Conference Finals matchup, but I'm going to have to give the edge to the Phoenix Suns. They represented the West last year. Those young guys know what it takes to go through the highs and lows. And look, we understand Devin Booker could go out there and give you a 50-piece wing dinner, Cajun rub. We understand right now, still today, when it comes to the fourth quarter, Chris Paul is the best closer in the game. We understand that DeAndre Ayton is doing his thing. JaVale McGee is still one of the most athletic bigs in the game today, rim protecting the basket. You got a Rough Rider in Jay Crowder. But look, this guy, Mikal Bridges, is something special. We knew him from his defense, but with how he's improved offensively and the way that he's taking major steps on that end, I think it makes Phoenix even more dangerous. And defensively, he could guard anybody in the league. I mean, the brother arms so long, he can stand up and put his shoes on in time. That's how long his arms are. But I have to give the slight edge to the Phoenix Suns. No disrespect to the Warriors.
Well, I got to get on you about a couple of things. First of all, I don't understand how you could pick Phoenix considering the amount of coyotes out there. You'll never know when you run into one of those. That's number one. Number two, I don't understand how you so high on Phoenix when I saw you doing Sports Center hits out in the sun, looking like you were being baked alive for crying out loud. I was worried about you with all them damn Sports Center hits.
That was a nice last shot.
Listen, that brother was, I was like, damn, put some shade over him or something. That brother was out there in 110-degree heat doing Sports Center hits. That's what Big Perk was doing. I was worried about his health. So I understand why you so high on Phoenix. And by the way, I'll say this about Mikal Bridges. You're absolutely right about him. I got him right now as my most improved player in the NBA. Mikal Bridges is special. And I'll tell you something else, KP. The Sixers like to talk about the process. You know they did have him and traded away those rights. They could have had Mikal Bridges. Let's not forget that about the Sixers, but we'll get into that another day. I'm still rolling with the Warriors. You see Klay Thompson last night? Did you see him? Did you see him, KP? Did you see 7 for 9 from three-point range? Did you see him? Did you see him? He's coming. He's coming, y'all. Klay Thompson might be back, but he ain't all the way back. He's coming. Whatever you're seeing now is getting better and better and better. We're shooting 35% from the field. Now it's up to 42. We're shooting about 34% from 3. Now it's up to nearly 38%. Just climbing. Was averaging 11, then 13, then 15. Now it's up to 16.8. Klay's coming. Steph is already there. Kevin Porter knows that. Kevin Porter Jr. knows that better than most. He woke up the babyface assassin the other night. Draymond Green's coming back. Andrew Wiggins is an all-star. He's there averaging 18 a game. Jordan Poole's no scrub. Toscano Anderson and Peyton Jr. and those boys. And oh, by the way, eventually James Wiseman's going to come back to help out Looney. I'm just looking at them. I'm looking at the elite manner in which they defend. I'm also looking at their movement without the basketball because you see, a lot of these times you marvel at, don't you know to defend these guys? Don't you know to get in their face? And then all of a sudden you see the picks, you see the screens, you see the movement of the basketball, the selflessness. And I'm saying this team is special. I'm not taking anything away from Phoenix. I agree with you, KP. It'll come down to Phoenix and the Warriors. I'm just saying right now, to me, I'm giving the edge to the Warriors. I think the Warriors are right where they want to be.
And you know what? I'm not even mad at you. I think that series will go 7 games. But look, here's the thing. Phoenix is one of those teams, the only few teams that are disciplined. So they practice their habits in the regular season so that it carries on to the postseason. So that's why when you see all that movement with the Golden State Warriors, see the Phoenix Suns, they prepare themselves for that type of stuff. They tied on the string defensively. But let me tell you this, Stephen A. You screaming about Wiseman, but the Golden State Warriors got a decision to make. Because the way that brother Kuminga been playing over there,
I love him.
the way that he's been a lob threat at the basket, when Wiseman get back, he's going to have to earn those minutes because right now you cannot just sit Kuminga down. Kuminga, that kid is special. So you have no real debate out of me with this.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Well, we got to move on to the next
Coast.
subject. And by the way, you were wrong Christmas Day. I told you that Christmas Day, but we'll get into that another time.
What was he wrong about Christmas
I picked the Warriors over Phoenix. He picked Phoenix.
Oh, a dead clock's right twice a day.
That was 2 months ago.
You want to take your victory lap over your Christmas pick? Fix your ice.
Yes, Molly, yes. And he knows that. He knows that. And he knows better. Again, he knows better. Again, like I said, the championship is not won in November. It's won in June. It's about hitting your peak at the right time. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that the Warriors are not playing beautiful basketball. I'm not saying that the Warriors is not the best team in basketball right now. All I'm saying is that we have to pump our brakes because there's other teams right now that are doing things that we're not recognizing, like the Phoenix Suns, who are on a 10-game winning streak, who are only 1 game behind the Golden State Warriors right now for the best record in the NBA, who didn't have Devin Booker really fully healthy at the beginning of the season because he was dealing with the COVID protocol and he had COVID. So what I'm saying is you have teams that are in the West that are not healthy but are still right there behind the Warriors. You know, you look at the Los Angeles Clippers, who we brought up. They hadn't had Serge Ibaka or Kawhi Leonard, yet they sit at 9-5 right now, right in the thick of things. I talked about the Phoenix Suns. You look at the Denver Nuggets, who have Jokic, an MVP candidate. I thought they did a great job this offseason of revamping their roster and adding some pieces. And when they get Jamal Murray back, they can take it to another level. So, look, at the beginning of the year, Molly, Stephen A., me and you both, Stephen A. and I both had the Golden State Warriors picked to go to the Western Conference. And I'm not saying that they can't win the championship. I'm saying that I'm not crowning them or nobody else right now in November. I'm too wise for that.
Stephen, it's a good point because we're not even crowning people in football yet, and football season's over in 2 months. So why are you that confident?
Because I love what I'm seeing, and I believe in it. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll have to acknowledge that when it happens. I don't recall Kendrick Perkins having a flawless record. I recall on several occasions Kendrick Perkins making predictions and coming back and reflecting on it and saying, hey, it happens. That's how I feel.
No, Kendrick is right 70% of the time.
Okay, the other 30%.
All the time.
Listen, Kendrick Perkins is right 70% of the time. I would say I'm 90. But that's a different subject for another day. My point that I'm trying to make to you is this. The point is, that's how I feel. And let me tell you why I feel that way. Let's knock it down.
Okay.
We look at the Phoenix Suns. They deserve our respect. No doubt about that. The leadership of Chris Paul and all of that stuff. Kel Bridges, Devin Booker, we get all of that. But we see what the Golden State Warriors have done against Chris Paul and his teams in the past. As great as Chris Paul is, I think they would do the same thing to the Phoenix Suns. In Utah, I love Jordan Clarkson. Engel and those boys could play. I believe that Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. One I am praying will end up with the New York Knicks sooner than later. But I got news for you. That's the only person on Utah I have faith in. Every time the playoffs arrive, they fold. That is a fact. Number 2, Los Angeles Clippers. We can't ignore them. Certainly not ignoring Ty Lue. And I get all of that. And when Kawhi Leonard comes back, that's a different animal. But if Dallas gave them a run for their money, okay, and we saw Denver take them out before, all right, and we saw them ultimately fold in the Western Conference, not fold, Kawhi got injured, and obviously he wasn't there to go up against Phoenix. Why would I not believe that the Golden State Warriors could take them out? You give me Denver. I tell you that Michael Porter Jr. got his money, and now his back is hurting, okay? So his back ain't the same. If your back ain't the same, and you know this, KP, when your back's messed up, that's not something that you cure in the same season. When your back's messed up, you might get that, worked out in the offseason. But during the same season, if you got back injuries now, you got him with a back injury, you'd have Jamal Murray coming off for the first time off an ACL injury. I'm not getting caught up in Denver, which brings me to the Lakers. That's why I got the Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals. That's why I'm looking at LeBron and his greatness along with AD and Russell Westbrook. But then I'm also looking at the fact that even though with THT balling and Carmelo lighting it up on occasion and stuff like that, do you have the shooters that Golden State has? I got Steph Curry. I got Klay coming back. I got Jordan Poole, who's elevated his game. Andrew Wiggins is balling. Let's give him some love. Once upon a time, I'd give him away for a box of cookies. I no longer feel that way. He's corrected that, and he's been balling. I got Draymond Green suddenly hitting perimeter shots. I got Wiseman and Klay coming back. I got Gary Payton coming off the bench with Damon Lee coming off the bench. Toscano coming off the bench. I mean, are you kidding me? I got Steph Curry shooting 95% from the free throw line, 40+% from three-point range. I got Jordan Poole hitting 93% from the free throw line. We know he's got a perimeter game as well. These brothers move without the basketball. They play together. Plus, they're a top 3 defensive team, and they're exceptionally well coached by Steve Kerr, Mike Brown, and their coaching staff. I have every right to sit up there even in November and say, yo, this team is going to the finals. I have every right to do that.
Yeah, but Stephen A., this is what I'm saying, okay? Look, Golden State is playing beautiful basketball, and I get that. All I'm saying is what I told you about 2 weeks ago. I said Jordan Poole, I said Damian Lee, I said those guys haven't had championship experience yet or playoff experience yet. And Steph Curry said it after the Brooklyn Nets game. He said it's all fine and dandy now, but we're trying to prep these guys because what happens in the playoffs?
Clay got it though.
Yep.
The playoffs, the book get this thick, and now guys key in on your strengths and make you go to your weaknesses. We haven't seen that out of them yet.
Clay
That's
and
all
Steph
I'm saying.
We seen it from Steph and Clay.
Kendrick Perkins, appreciate you as always. We'll be watching
knows.
you on